what's one thing or what's the biggest thing you struggle with? Like when you're creating
in creative. Okay, I was gonna say life. I was
when
like,
you're
damn,
creating.
Those are deep questions, bro. Like, I was like, I didn't know I was in confessions right now.
I was about to say, tags it depends.
Are we in Catholic confessions right
Jacob,
now?
I know.
I was
you
about to
just-
say, it depends on how much time we have.
Damn. Okay, creatively. Okay,
I'm a lesbian, so according to
Shout out to
Drake.
Drake right now. Like, oh, damn.
No, but seriously,
Amen.
no. Like, I want it. Again, part of inspiration
Yeah.
is relativity, and I like when people get to see themselves in other people. So yeah, man, I'll start off this time. For me, I mean, what I struggle with the most, to be completely honest, is like, let me think. No, I'm playing.
I can go if you want me
Go
to.
ahead,
All right,
actually.
I think
Low-key.
it's the competition, trying to not make it into a competition and a comparison, like I said earlier. I think that's a huge thing I struggle with, just because I know so many photographers and creatives that it's hard not to like, oh, I seen you done this one shoot. I bet I can just add another flair to it and do it better. But at the same time, I can't, because then people are going to be like, hey, so-and-so did this, and then, there's a huge beef going on now, and then a whole social thing. But it's just, for me, it's just the comparison and all that. That's a huge struggle.
Yeah. I agree with Jacob, comparison, but also for me, I guess it's just being authentic, like being authentic, because like you hear, and like as an artist, you always want to, listen and hear different sounds, and you see what this person's doing, and you want to experiment and see if you can do it or do it better, like Jacob said. And so just really knowing like who you are and really like finding yourself and your identity, and not like trying to find it in other people, and trying to just be able to like know who you are. And like when you create, like, hey, this is coming from a place of like, like me doing this, not like me trying to be this person or me trying to like keep up with this person. So yeah, just being authentic is something that I've struggled with, and I'm still trying to learn. Comparison for sure, because I feel like every creative, struggles with comparison. So,
But I wanna. We can come back and we can both give our
Oh, yeah,
answers.
yeah, it's all
but
good.
For you, like that, it's easy to say like, find yourself or like be yourself. But a lot of people, I mean, most people who are in creative are probably younger who are listening to this. Like, they probably don't even know who they are. Like I like I said, a big part of life is change. So you're constantly evolving. So it's like, how did you, because I know that you've clearly found your sound. We're talking strictly creative. Like, you found your sound, you found kind of, not to box you in, but you found kind of what works for you and what you enjoy putting out. And I'll open this up for everybody as well. But like, what steps did you take to get to that? Because even you, Jacob, I mean, you found a niche, you found the style, I've seen I've watched countless of videos on photography, specifically like, how do you find your own editing style and things like that. It's like, what are the steps you got to take to get there? Because, it's not as easy as just like, I wake up and now I'm a moody photographer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
making mistakes. Yeah, for sure.
on.
Like, you're gonna make mistakes, and a lot of times, we're hard on ourselves because we want to be the best in everything that we do. But you have to realize those mistakes are gonna help you, move forward. So, you may mess up or fall and kind of like, do something the wrong way, or it doesn't go how you want it to go. But you look back on it and you be like, dang, like I did that. I'm glad I made that mistake. Then now I'm able to do this in a different way. Yeah. And so I feel like definitely being like willing to just not be the best, sometimes willing to have off days, willing to not know what you're doing. I feel like that helps for sure. And that way, when you get to that point, you're also more appreciative, of like
Humble.
More humble as well. So yeah,
I think with that one, when you make mistakes, it's also learning from that mistake. Because I feel like people can make so many mistakes, but they're not bouncing back or learning from that mistake. Because
Or doing
they're
the
just
same
stuck,
mistake over and over
they're
again.
stuck in that place saying, oh, why am I keep on doing this? What's happening? And in that same result. And it's just a big thing is learning and consistency too. For me, to get where I'm at, I guess you would say.
Flex your stuff. Yeah.
I've shot basically almost every day just to get to where I'm at, just to learn Like, what do I like? What do I like? My creative eye, what do I see? And also just practicing off of that consistency, like just pushing boundaries, like we said for Kanye.
Yeah.
And just getting uncomfortable too.
I think that a lot of people hear consistency. Another way to say that is repetition. Like just continuing to just do. Because like, let's be honest, bro. When you got like 500 followers, like you don't have any reason to feel self-conscious about what you're doing. Like you realistically, like, and I'm not saying this in a demeaning way for anyone who doesn't have X amount of followers. I'm saying this, me and my brother-in-law, we were talking about it the other day, or when I started this podcast, I was like, bro, like, I told him, I was like, what am I worried about, bro? Like, like my audience, who's my audience? I don't have an audience, bro. Like, what am I? We get so caught up in like all these little statistical crap that doesn't matter. Like, the truth is that like you just gotta first of all, you're not even gonna get a following or an audience until you find that thing. So what are you wasting your time trying to like do this little trick that you did a billion times? Like, just try new things, bro. Like,
experiment. That's
the key, bro. And like taste and see, like continually.
Well, it's like if you ever invested, right? They talk about diversifying your portfolio. It's simple. It's just, implementing that. You ever watch those random videos that pop up on like your Instagram feed or TikTok, whatever you're on, whatever platform, and it's some dude making artwork with like, I watched this other dude, he takes glass and he breaks it and he makes like portraits of these artists, right?
Wow.
How the hell did he make that, right? Yeah. Obviously, he tried things out. He was trying painting and he was like, painting's not for me.
Yeah.
Woodworking, not for me. And then one day, somehow, he got into glass and did it. Or those people that make like line work. I don't even know if I'm good at that. I honestly don't know. I had to try it to see like, can I make line and yarn into, or like people that write like Andre 1,000 times and make a picture of you or tags.
That's crazy.
You know those people that do that?
Yeah.
And obviously they started somewhere that got them there. And I think that's one of the biggest things with schooling. We've talked about this before in the last podcast, but I think in school, especially when you're younger, especially when you have a low following, even when you have a big following, credits to Kanye for doing it, but like I think to anyone is you can't lose that creative push. And I think what you said is ideal. Failure is ideal, right? Failing is like if you watch Shark Tank, if you watch anything, you have to fail, right? Those who don't fail didn't try, right? If you don't want to fail, get a 9 to 5, make your $17, $18, $20 an hour and be happy with your life. You'll never fail that way. Don't strive for one vacation a year, strive for a 401k, strive for a normal life. And that's fine if you're a normal person. I'm not a normal person. My wife painted my nails. I wear different things. Like I'm a very eccentric person. Yeah. I don't strive for normality, right? And hence, I have to try different things. I fail 100%. Have there been issues? 100%. But it comes with the territory, right? You expect to lose. I'm not losing the battle. I'm not losing I might lose a battle, but I'm not losing the war, right? Yeah. So there's a longer, thing there. Like you look at these great people in the world, Bezos, Musk, these, giants, and they've all failed and tried different things to get to where they are. And I think as creatives, we have to keep that in mind. Like, yeah, right now you're doing Moody styles or whatever you're doing. Cool. That's not what's going to be tomorrow. And then even to stay relevant, hopefully in a year you're different. Hopefully in 2 years you've progressed. Or else what's the point of continuing doing what you're doing? If your podcast is forever the same and you found the perfect formula, what's the point? Right? Like what's the point once you hit perfection? Right. I think the perfection, as much as there are perfect moments, I think perfection is an unattainable goal when it comes to your craft. I think you always are perfecting and always improving because once again, it's subjective and hence what's perfect today is not perfect tomorrow. So you have to change your style, change your formula or else why are people listening to you, right? No one eats the same cookie every day. No one eats the same burger every day. You want some diversity there.
Yeah.